Lesson 8.11 is on simple, compound, and complex sentences, and you can follow along on page 160 in your book. Again, this lesson is mostly review, and the only two things you really need to know are the difference between dependent and independent clauses. So go ahead and pause the video, and for your warm up, you are going to define what dependent and independent mean. You are correct if you said that a dependent can't stand alone, and an independent clause can stand alone. All right, so I'm copying these definitions straight from the book. A simple sentence is a single independent clause, and here's my example. I like cheese. We've got a subject and a verb. I like, what do you like? Cheese. And next we have a compound sentence. A compound sentence contains two or more independent clauses. They give you some examples on there. They are joined by either a conjunction, a semicolon, or even both. So here's my example. I like cheese, but I don't like donuts. Both of these clauses can stand alone. I like cheese. I don't like donuts. Therefore, this is a compound sentence. And the last one is a complex sentence that has one independent clause and one dependent clause. So part of the sentence can stand on its own, and part of the sentence cannot stand on its own. It is dependent on the other part of the sentence. Here's an example. I like cheese, but only on pizza, please. So only on pizza can't stand alone. It needs to be with I like cheese. Okay? Pretty simple enough. There are some other examples on that page for you. Here are the first answers to the first three questions of exercise 1. It says, tell whether each sentence is simple, compound, or complex. Remember that you can pause the video before I give the answer. That way you can check and see if you are understanding the lesson. So number 1, the Chicago River system is 156 miles long. That has one independent clause, and therefore it is simple. Number 2, the river was originally only 2 feet deep, but now it has been dug to a depth of 26 feet. So this has a conjunction. It's got two independent clauses, meaning that they can stand alone. Therefore, it is a compound sentence. And number 3 says, in the 19th century, the river was a source of disease because it was so polluted. This is complex. There is no conjunction, and in the 19th century cannot stand alone. It is dependent. Your job is not to do exercise 2 or 3 today. You're going to do the apply it now. And those directions are to write 2 examples of each sentence, simple, compound, and complex. There is a Google Doc on Google Classroom for you.